I have no sound. There we go. Do I have sound now? Now I have sound. Yes. Now I do. Now I do, yo. Now I do. Get my glasses on. Oh, wait. Now I can't see anything. I can't see anything. Can you hear me now? Yeah, now you can hear me. Woo. Now, a lot of times people tell me that my sound is low, but I think I fixed that. So, is the sound not low or is it good? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. I don't know why this camera is so close up. My Lord. How's everybody doing today? Happy Eclipse. I was just outside looking at how amazing it is. Not as amazing as it was last year here in Sedona, Arizona, because last year it went right over us. And I'm about to go out in my garden, but I got some fun planned for today. Let's bring up the eclipse. Let's bring that up. There we go. There we go. Look how amazing that is. That is so amazing. Oh, why are you looking down there at my cookie? Look, a biscuit. I've got a biscuit for my tea. I got a biscuit for my tea. So how's everybody today? Happy new moon eclipse. That should be over here, huh? Happy new moon eclipse to you all. I don't know why this has me so close up. I don't like that. So my sound's good, I would imagine then. Yes? Yes. Awesome. I'm going to show you this real quick before we go and talk a little bit more about the eclipse. I have a great meditation chosen for you all today. This is crooked. Oh, my Lord. There we go. That's Mother Mary. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be. Yeah, so that's about what it looks like here, right there on the screen that you see. The full moon, new moon, new moon. The new moon just kicked in, I think, just a few minutes ago, right? Yeah, 1 minute ago. I think it was 11:28. The new moon just kicked in. An amazing time that we are in for sure, friends. An amazing time. But before we move on, I want to show you, put this on for you for a moment. Let's get rid of that. In case anybody happened to miss this. In case you happen to miss this. The total solar eclipse on April 4th, 2024 will shadow North America, crossing Mexico, the United States, and Canada, passing over 8 United States cities named Nineveh, drawing a Madrid of similarities to the Syrian eclipse that occurred during a time when Jonah approached Nineveh and urged the Assyrian people to repent. Mathematically speaking, the astronomy of the eclipse is a miracle.
The sun is 400 times further from the earth than the moon. The sun is 400 times larger than the moon. And because of that, we can have an eclipse that God created as signs, which is why we come to the letter Tav, which means a sign or a mark, and its numerical value is 400.
Confronted by a new world order and a U.S. president that is carrying out their silent conflict, we are living in a time of reckoning, and through signs, God is speaking directly to those with ears to
God declared the sun and the moon were for signs. Right. The only signs they can give is eclipses. All right? And the nice thing about eclipses, no false prophet can manipulate it. Solar eclipse means judgment is coming upon a nation. Since we become a nation in 1776, there has only been 8 total solar eclipses that have completely crossed the United States. 2 of them occurred during the Revolutionary. 3 of them occurred during the Civil. 2 of them occurred during the Vietnam. Of those 8, only 1, which was the one 7 years ago, it only crossed the United States and no other country.
Exodus 4:8. Remember, April 8th. If they do not believe the first sign, which was on August 21st, 2017, they will believe the second sign.
That said, why has Homeland Security been preparing to hijack this biblical event?
The sheriff called me yesterday, and after he got done telling me everything inside this meeting that was happening, I pretty much was nerve-rattled after what I heard. Who is this meeting with? It's with Homeland Security.
People want to do us harm. Use an event like this where a lot of people are gathered to do some type of terror event.
Director of the Lake County Emergency Management Agency told me they've been preparing for the solar eclipse now for about 2 years.
They've been preparing for this for 2 years. Imagine that, for 2 years. He said, during the solar eclipse, while people are all out there looking, they're planning, the intel that they've got is a possible biological attack while the solar eclipse is freaking happening.
Like, here's from Kenton County Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Here's what you should do before. Ensure you have a full gas tank. Ensure you're stocked on groceries. Have alternative communications for an eclipse that's going to last about an hour. And here's another one. Buy necessary groceries and gas. Expect heavy traffic and long lines for local services.
Oklahoma, the National Guard will have guardsmen present for the total solar eclipse on April 8th. Communication facilities could become overloaded, possibly making cell phone calls difficult. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, and radiological and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to up to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. There will be about 150 other first responders and volunteers staying at either the sports complex in Broken Bow or in Idabel.
Like Jonah, despite our reluctance, we all must be prepared for repentance, even the repentance of our oppressors. We must also be prepared to respond to whatever the New World Order has up their sleeve. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. So let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on our armors of light and of love. Light and of love, friends. Light and of love. You know, a couple interesting things that I thought was kind of really interesting. Let me pull this up. About the eclipse. Besides everything I just shared with you, I noticed that there are a few hiccups in my video, and that is because it is also overcasty here. Very overcasty here. So, I don't know why I can't get this to open. I hope you're having a great day. It's new moon, friends. A very, very exciting time indeed. So how about the earthquakes? I found this interesting. I found it interesting that the earthquakes that hit the east coast of the United States were a 4.8. Today's solar eclipse happens to be 4.8. Kind of interesting. I don't believe in coincidences, do you? So where's my list here? Okay, check this out. Where'd it go? Oh, it's not on this computer. It's on my other computer. Darn. Let me pull up my other computer. Let me show you this why I pulled this up on my computer and talk to you about this. Thank you, C, with infinite love and gratitude for your chat cash. Let me go to live. I want to show you this next, real quick.
Again, here we're on Brunswick Avenue. We have a resident here, David Fisher. He says that this felt like an explosion when it first went off.
First, I felt a rumble with like a slight boom. So I thought it was part of the construction. And the next thing you know, my boss comes in and she was like, "Oh my God, you feel that?"
I don't think storms after what is a week of weather. And some of the ugliest days in memory Wednesday of this week. Would you not agree?
I would say a couple of days ago, I would not have used the word biblical, but today
biblical. It's been a biblical week.
In New York City, nearly 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Look at this, striking the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor.
We want to show you a picture. This is from here in New York, lightning striking the Statue of Liberty.
I mean, initially, within the first couple seconds, the dogs reacted to something, and then within about a second or so, it felt like an explosion. Sounded like an explosion, and you felt waves come up from underneath you. And my initial reaction was that the furnace had exploded. So I yelled down to my son to check the furnace. He said everything was okay. He came up the stairs, and then you felt the house shift. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for about 10 seconds. I've never felt anything like it.
And it's so interesting. The dogs felt it before you did. You said that they started barking.
Right. Initially, they started barking, I would say, about 1 or 2 seconds before you felt an explosion. You heard an explosion, and that's what I thought it was.
It hit New Jersey, New York, it hit Philadelphia, even Vermont, all reporting feeling the trembling.
And I would say about 20 after 10, if that was the time,
Thank you.
there was a gigantic explosion sound. And it was like, I looked around the club, there were about 75 people here, and everybody was looking around. It's like, that's not normal. And then a couple of the United employees came over my way, and one of them said, "What was that?" And somebody else said, "I've never heard anything like that."
As the tremors were being felt throughout the city, of course, as we take a look at it here. You know, it's interesting because some people were saying it felt like a train was going by when you were talking to Maurice Dubois. Wasn't he saying he thought a train was going by, but he doesn't have a train line right to his place?
And the tremors sent a web of cracks into a driveway in Morrisville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. My heart is like still racing. And, 10 minutes away, someone I know didn't feel it. And then 15 minutes the other way, they felt it. So it's just very odd and kind of scary.
With shockwaves felt 300 miles away.
People in at least 10 states and even right here in the nation's capital experienced some shaking. The aftershocks are still coming tonight.
It was just very strong. I'm actually still hearing rumblings. I don't know what, just a little bit ago, I felt a tremor, aftershock. Like I said, I'm not used to this stuff. So we are still hearing.
Ashley, was it similar to what you heard initially more than an hour ago?
Not as strong. Definitely not as strong. But every 5-10 minutes, maybe spacing out longer, it sounds like thunder, and I don't know what it is. If it has something to do with the earthquake, but I'm definitely hearing it. And then, like I said a little bit ago, again, felt something, definitely not as strong, but it was something. So I don't know if that's the result of the earthquake, but like I said, I'm right by the epicenter, and that was just very surreal.
Wow.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Zoli, for your chat, Cash. I was muted. My apologies. So, a 4.8 earthquake. Today is 4.8, the solar eclipse. And then we look at Exodus 4.8, which says, "Then the Lord said, if they do not believe you or pay attention to the first sign, they may not believe the second. But if they do not believe these two signs or listen to you, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. The water will take you to the river, and the river will become blood on the ground." So remember what I said in past predictions revolved around Egypt. So check this out. So this is the 2017 eclipse, and the 2017 and even the 2018 that comes right across right next to this town called Little Egypt. I also noticed that the cross, the X that we get on this eclipse, besides it causing the Tav, which is the end of the Hebrew alphabet, right around the same area of the X is a town called Cairo. So I find it interesting that we have both Cairo and then we have Little Egypt right here. And remember what I said in my past predictions revolved around warnings to Cairo. I find it very interesting. Remember my visions of bugs traveling in clouds, like, biblical. That's the cicadas. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. They'll be coming out of the ground within the next couple of weeks. I remember when I lived in Jersey, Surgeonsville, New Jersey, in the middle of nowhere. It was that 13-year mark where the cicadas came out, and we lived in the woods. And I remember coming outside, being on the phone with somebody, and they'd be like, "What's that sound? It sounds like a horror movie." And the whole house was completely covered in cicadas. It was pretty gross. I bet you I probably have some old pictures of that somewhere. We didn't have camera phones back then. Am I dating myself? So we have all three eclipses. If we look at all three, because remember last year, I sat out there and watched it last year. Went right over us. Almost right over us, as you see here in this picture. We have an X right down there, right outside of San Antonio, Texas. If we compare that with 2023 and the 2024, and then the 2017. See, everybody's so focused on the 2017 and the 2024, and they're forgetting and seeming to leave out what happened last year. That's putting the X directly right over Texas and San Antonio, and look what's been happening in Texas. Now we have the X over here, which, where's that place? It places it also right next to a town. This is kind of interesting too. Do I have the picture of it? Oh, I don't think I have the picture of it. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Oh, I thought I had it. Darn. But here's the history of the eclipses right here. So back in June 1778, that was the eclipse, two eclipses of the 1700s. And you notice how there's one different one each century? We got the one in the 1700s. What came after that? The Revolutionary War. The one in the 1800s, that symbolized actually the coming and end of the civil conflict. And then we have the 1970, 1979 in the 1900s. And now we have the 21st century. Interesting. So no doubt something's going to happen in the realm of conflicts. It's already happening. But I mean for United States specifically. United States hasn't had a conflict on their own land in over 100 years. A couple hundred years, right? Pretty close. Since the civil. And this is kind of going to be another civil type of thing that's happening. That's kind of what they want. So friends in America, don't feed into what they want. That's what they want. They want us to fight and tear each other apart. I mean, again, watch the movie, Leave the World Behind. They even say it in there. That's what they want. That's part of their third plan. Take everything out and then let them take each other out. Don't do that. Come together. It's the only way to survive is when we come together. It's the only way to make it through. To help one another come together and do amazing things. I got an amazing meditation for you all today. Let's see where the eclipse is. Oh, totality. Shall we jump into the eclipse? Shall we jump into meditation? How many people we got live right now? 540. Wow, usually till Tuesday we got usually about 1,200. I guess everybody must be working probably, I would imagine. And it's early, so I imagine we have some people in the chat room that haven't been able to make some of the shows. Because I know right now in some parts of the world, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So I know they're not watching. I know other parts of the world could probably could care less because it's not affecting them. But I want to go back to this map again. Let me bring this back up. Oh, and here's the other thing. The whole Jonah thing. When the eclipse comes in, well, it already came in, but as it came in, it crossed over one of the first significant towns. Now, some people out there on the social media are saying the very first town in America it crosses is Jonah, and that's actually not really correct. But it is a direct hit right over that. Now, I just read an article this morning that said the eclipse path is actually different than what we were told it was going to be. If I remember, I'll bring that up after meditation and read that article to you. So look, it goes over Jonah. Then we got the Nineveh. We got Little Egypt over there. But right on the other side, next to Little Egypt, we have Cairo, a town called Cairo. Again, this makes so much sense to past predictions in everything that I said in past predictions with warnings towards Cairo. Oh, I gotta go this way. I always forget what side to do this on. Oh, I could go over here and just move this over there. Oh, wrong one. Oh, Lord, help us. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Let's meditate. Where's the eclipse? This guy is blocking my eclipse. It's coming out now. Well, I don't know where they're showing, what part of the world they're showing that eclipse in. What part of the country. Anyway, I was just outside looking. It was pretty cool, to say the least. I'm assuming that my sound is good. I don't hear anybody saying my sound is low. Usually people say the sound is low, and I went in and did some fixing with my studio, and hopefully it sounds really good, including the meditation that I pre-recorded because I want to sit and do this meditation with you. Browser. Wish we could get that eclipse bigger on that screen there. Now, here's all three eclipses again. Thought I had something else to show you. Oh, there's the town of Jonah. And also, it comes over Rapture, Indiana. Right around that same area. So it's kind of interesting that all the same areas we got, again, Jonah is very significant in the Bible. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh to tell people to repent. And when he did, he was gobbled up by a fish. Symbolic in that aspect too, but there's no coincidences, friends, that this is crossing over all those places, Nineveh, and the previous one crossed it over all those cities called Salem. Salem derived from Jerusalem, meaning peace, and then Nineveh, meaning repent. So are they telling Egypt? Something big's going to happen in Egypt, friends. I think, remember, Spirit said a great shaking is coming to Egypt. A great shaking. Can we move that over? Move it on over. Here we go. That's better. So shall we meditate? I have Eclipse. You don't have Eclipse glasses. I got a whole package of them I meant to send to my friends back east, and I totally forgot. I feel bad about that. Slightly feel bad about that. But yeah, I went out, and I'm going to show you a piece in a moment. But I'm trying to wait till the top of the hour, but I guess it doesn't really matter when we meditate as long as we do so. Thank you. Who was that? Colby. Thank you, Colby. I am getting chills, hair-raising tingles, and emotional while I watch the eclipse. What is that? That is the eclipse, Colby. No doubt about it. That is the eclipse energy. Remember, it brings things to light, friends. It brings darkness to light more than anything. And emotions, unfortunately, there's positive and negative with everything, so there's negative emotions as well. So this is bringing out those dark emotions so that you can shine light upon them, so that you can bring healing to yourself and to your life. This is an amazing healing process that we are just now stepping into. And actually, not just now, we stepped into it when eclipse season kicked off back in March during the full moon. This new moon is so powerful, so amazing. And the meditation that I'm going to give to you is also, it's a world peace meditation, but it's also a healing meditation for yourself as well. It's a 3-step meditation that's about 10, 11 minutes long. And in this meditation, you're going to clear all the gunk and all the blockages from yourself. And then you are going to wash free. We're going to visit the Chichen Itza Pyramid in Mexico. That's where Spirit took me this morning when I did this meditation. And then we're going to do a world healing for the planet. And we're going to end the meditation with a very awesome manifestation of your dreams, goals, and desires. So something to get into your mind right now before we start meditation. Welcome to Silver Tribe, Jilly B. Jilly B just signed up to be a monthly supporter of the tribe, which you could do on YT right down below. And also down below. I gotta go over here. Down below. My camera is the opposite of what it's supposed to be. I don't know how I flipped that around. Because really, my altar's on my right side. This is my right. It's driving me crazy, actually. But down below, you can be a monthly supporter of the tribe for this free content. Or you can sign up for the Awaken Your Spirit. We hang out on Zoom. I do readings once a month on Zoom for Awaken Your Spirit people on Subscribestar. Sign up for my newsletter. It's free. Good stuff in there. All down below. And big thank you to all my supporters who make this free content possible for everybody else. I couldn't do it without you. I am really so ever grateful. And I love doing this. And I wasn't going to do this. I thank my friend Jeff for suggesting. He's like, you should go live during the eclipse. I'm like, why? I want to go outside and watch it. But then I thought, well, you know what? A good world peace meditation. Yes. And that was Spirit's nudge. So Jeff nudged me first. Thanks, buddy Jeff. And then Spirit nudged me second. Saying, thank you, Goldini. How you doing, Goldini? Long time no see, which 2222, magical number. I am a 22 master birthday myself. This browser's turned off, right? Look at that. Isn't that cool? So shall we meditate? Let's get ourselves ready to meditate. Now I'm going to do a test here and make sure you can hear it first. Where is my meditation? I hope it works. Get yourself into a comfortable position. Hands on your lap, palms facing upwards, back as aligned as possible. Close your eyes. Empty all the air out of your lungs. Yeah, that sounds good. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for 1 to 3 seconds, and then blow that breath out from your mouth. That sounds good, I think. I'm going to start it all over again in a moment. I just wanted to make sure that it sounded good enough for playing for you all. Turn this down. So again, the first thing I want you to do before we start is first be willing. This meditation is, I think, about 11 minutes. I think it's 11 minutes exactly, actually. That magical number 11. And again, the first thing you got to do is to be willing. Put out to the universe that you are willing, ready, able, and capable of clearing away everything that needs to be cleared to take you to the new earth, we are in it. We are not in the new earth, but we're in a new cycle. That's amazing. That's all about healing and renewal. So you have to be willing to let go of things because you may see things in this meditation holding you back that you may not want to see. That's the whole point. To shine the light, call on Archangel Michael to break the chains or clear whatever needs to be cleared. You're going to have an ignition of the purple sacred flame of Saint Germain ignited within you. We're going to, again, do healing for the earth and end off with a specific manifestation of something that you are manifesting into the new world, to the new earth, whatever that may be. You can write it down on a piece of paper now before we begin, because in meditation, you're going to write it down in your mind and place it in the center of your heart. So it's going to be fabulous. It's gonna be fabulous. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great day. All right, let's do this. Let's make this big. So you just watch that. You shouldn't be watching anything anyway because we're gonna meditate. So find yourself a nice little position, nice comfortable spot in your home or office or wherever you may be right now. And meditation's all really, all about your comfort level, friends. It's all about your comfort level. What's going to make you cozy and comfortable without falling asleep? Preferably, when I meditate, I like to sit on the floor yoga style with hands on my lap, or I do different mantras, whatever. Or sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap, palms facing up. I don't recommend lying down for meditation unless you're doing shamanic journey. Shamanic Journey is a different end of the ball game, and we use the drum for Shamanic Journey, and we do specifically lie down for that. But all other meditations, I recommend that you sit upwards in a comfortable position and do that. Get yourself ready, and off we go. Get yourself into a comfortable position, hands on your lap, palms facing upwards, back as aligned as possible. Close your eyes. Empty all the air out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for 1 to 3 seconds and then blow that breath out from your mouth, releasing the stress and tension from yesterday. Another deep breath in, hold that a few seconds, blow that out like you mean it to release your stress and tension from today. And a third deep breath in, hold that, blow that out, release all the stress and tension that you could have carried into tomorrow. Then continue breathing deep breaths in and out through your nose, holding it on your full inhale, full exhale for a couple seconds. As you're focused on your breath, in your mind, you'll focus at the tip of your feet, where 2 balls of white light begin to form. Warm, soothing white light. On your next inhale, those lights slowly roll into your feet. Relaxing your feet become heavy, sinking into the floor. On your next inhale, those lights slowly evolve up your legs, reaching into your ankles, slowly heading up towards your calves. Your feet begin to feel like you have shoes on filled with concrete, making your feet so heavy you couldn't lift them if you tried. Deep breaths in and out as those lights pass through your knees and into your thighs. Your legs become heavier and heavier, as if I just laid a bag of sand over your lap to weigh them down. Deep breaths in and out as those lights pass all the way up into your hips, where they come to a stop. Focused at each hip, take a deep breath in and those lights shoot across your hips, instantly causing your hips and buttocks to become heavy, sinking into the floor and into your seat. Forming into a single ball of light at the base of your spine, where your mind is focused and on your breath. On your next inhale, that light begins to rise up into your abdominal area, relaxing your digestive system, belly's out, relaxed, focused on the breath. Next deep inhale, that light rises up to the mid-back, relaxing, releasing all the tensions in the mid-body, mid-back, the diaphragm. Another deep breath in, it rises up into the heart area, slowly rising in between the shoulders. Your shoulders become heavy. Your arms become heavier and heavier. I put a bag of sand on your shoulders to weigh them down, and a rock in each one of your hands to weigh them into your lap, making your arms and hands so heavy you couldn't lift them if you tried. Beautiful. Deep breaths as that light rises up into your neck. Your neck relaxes. You feel the warm, soothing relaxation, as if someone put a heating pad on the back of your neck, rising up the back of your head, your torso, and like an egg cracking over your head, that relaxation comes down your temples and forehead. Your jaw relaxes, falls slightly open. Your eyelids become heavy. Your tongue comes to a rest at the bottom of your mouth. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. When I hit 1, you will be totally, completely relaxed. 5, 4, going deeper and deeper. 3, 2, 1, totally, completely relaxed. Now we are going to begin to float upwards as if your soul is being filled with helium. Feel your soul becoming lighter and lighter. See yourself rising, feel yourself rising up out of your body, floating up above your home, and eventually rising up towards the skies. And I'm going to count from 10 to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will find yourself stuck in a pen of mud, a pit of mud. 10, 9, 8, 7, going fast through time and space. 6, slowing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Instantly, you find yourself in a pit filled with dark mud stuck to your body from head to toe. You try to move yourself, but the mud is so heavy you find it hard and difficult. You see steps in front of you and you begin to pull yourself up out of the mud, covered, stuck to every part of the body. You come up the steps and you realize that there may be something holding you back. Take notice what may be holding you in that mud, in that pit. Could it be a relationship from the past, a family member, a friendship, a habit, an addiction? The list goes on and on. Take notice as you look over your shoulder into the mud pit at what could be holding you back. We call upon and invoke Archangel Michael, and his golden flaming sword to cut all ties and cords that hold us in this pit of mud, releasing us from all those things from the past. Feel yourself jerk forward, finally releasing from that pit of mud, stepping step by step up out of that pit of mud. Before you, you will see a great pyramid. It is the pyramid of Chichen Itza, Mexico, before you, with a staircase ever so high. You begin to step out of your pit of mud, and a big waterfall of water begins to wash over you. You literally feel all that mud being released from your body, mind, and spirit. You feel clean. You feel refreshed. Once you are finished washing off all that mud that's been stuck to you throughout your life, you can begin to step forward and climb up the Great Pyramid of Chichen Itza, one step at a time. It is a long journey upwards. As you begin to climb up this pyramid, you begin to focus your mind on the beauty of Mother Earth, climbing higher and higher, looking down below. Before you know it, you reach the top of Chichen Itza Pyramid and the magic looking down upon the earth. As you stand at the top of Chichen Itza, gazing down at the beauty of the earth, you begin to visualize and see all the mud and all the crud caked onto Mother Earth for many, many generations, affecting our ancestry and lineage, past, present, and future. We call upon the archangels and the divine Saint Germain to ignite the sacred purple flame within us and the sacred purple flame within Chichen Itza. Igniting this sacred purple flame, feel it burning ever so brightly. As we call on Archangel Gabriel and the spirits of water to come down, and you see a big storm coming across the earth. Visualize the earth being washed clean of all the crud and all the mud that's been holding all of us back, holding us back for way too long, our ancestors and even our future lineage. Watch all the mud. As the light begins to become dark, you see the earth become dark. It is full totality eclipse. And slowly, the light, a very small slither of light, begins to shine on the new clean earth, the new earth. The light gets brighter and brighter. The earth slowly becomes engulfed in a new magical light, unlike anything the earth has ever seen before. You focus on that purple sacred flame in your soul center and on your heart center. And we visualize together a world that is peaceful, a world where there is no more conflicts, no more war, no more evil controlling our planet. We hereby state with the power within us that all darkness shall be revealed over the next 365 days. And so it is. The new earth is right around the corner. Hallelujah. And so it is. You feel fresh and clean. You feel renewed. Now take a moment to focus on an intention, something that you are manifesting that is already a part of this beautiful new earth. What does that look like for you? Are you financially free? Are you retired? Where are you on this new earth? Are you doing amazing healing work for other people? take that focus into mind. Visualize yourself writing it down on a piece of paper. Then take that piece of paper and stick it right in the center of your heart. Hallelujah, and so it is. Feeling so new, so fresh, and so clean. Knowing that the new earth, again, is right around the corner. I will begin to count from 1 to 10. When I get to 10, you'll feel totally awake, refreshed, and fantastic. 1, 2, 3, you become more aware of your surroundings. 4, 5, your breath begins to deepen. 6, 7, movement in the fingers and toes. 8, 9, and 10. Slowly blink, slowly open up your eyes, and in a moment you should feel totally awake, alert, refreshed, and fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed. Yes, yes, friends, yes. How fabulous was that? Thank you, great spirits. My holy spirits that hang out with me 24/7. You got those holy spirits too, friends. You got them too. Listen to them. Talk to them. Remember, your first instinct is always 100% correct. And thanks, spirits, again for that meditation, because I said I was going to do a meditation. I didn't know what. Again, my friend Jeff suggested going live. I'm like, all right, I'll try to figure that out. And I had to set this all up last night in my OBS studio. And then this morning, I was going to record the meditation last night, but nothing came to me. And then this morning, I still didn't know what. I sat down and, of course, channeled that all through from Spirit. So I take no credit for that meditation, friends. It's 100% the spirits, who we appreciate so much. You can always go back and do this meditation. You can share this with friends and loved ones. Post it on your thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful meditation. I very much enjoyed it. It's the first time I've ever heard that meditation before. So, first time I ever did it, not heard it. But I sat down and did it with you. So while you were doing it, I was doing it as well. That's why I wanted to pre-record it. Because when I do guided meditations, even for students live, I'm guiding them in, so it's not always easy for me to be doing it the way I'd like to do it myself. So that's another reason to pre-record it, so that I could sit down and do it with you. So hopefully y'all joined in and did it. If not, again, you can go back and do that meditation anytime. So a couple other things I wanted to tell you about that I thought were kind of interesting revolved around this eclipse. I thought it was on this computer. Oh, my Lord. Oh, here we are. With all the false and negative information spreading around the internet about upcoming eclipses, I thought I'd take a moment to dispel this information and discuss how ancient cultures really viewed these rare astronomical events. The Egyptian Book of the Dead speaks of an eclipse being a rejuvenation and transformation of the solar energy on Earth, which replaced the old energy that once existed. See, that's exactly what we did in our meditation, too, and to come to think of it. We got rid of the old, and the old energy by washing it away, and the sun gave us the new energy, taking us into a new earth. Not the new earth, but taking us to a new earth on a personal level. Remember, that's kind of like the Christians' view of the rapture, where some people are going and some people aren't. It's kind of like some of the prophecies in the 5D earth. Everybody thinks they're just going to shift into this 5D earth, and it's not going to be everybody. You have to be doing the work on yourself. Meditation is one of the first keys to doing the work on yourself and being willing to do the work on yourself. And not just your work on yourself, but ancestral work. That was another thing I found really great about this meditation, that Spirit put that in there. Ancestral blockages, ancestral stuff, because that can be one of the biggest sabotages is our ancestry. When the doctor says, oh, it's in your family, it's in your blood, technically that's incorrect because everything begins with energy. And we hold that energy of our ancestry 13 generations in our abdominal area in the navel sacral chakra. That's why if you work with ayahuasca or other plant medicines, there's this whole purge process. And when I worked with ayahuasca and the shamans in Peru, it was quite amazing to say the least, but I accessed different past generations in my ancestry. And it was disturbing. It wasn't fun, to say the least. Definitely not fun, but it powerful and shifted things for myself, but also in my ancestry. People that are living, even cousins that I don't even know or talk to, benefited from my journey with ayahuasca. And again, all in your abdominal area. So I thought that was great. So the Egyptian Book of the Dead speaks of the eclipses as a rejuvenation and transformation of the solar energy on Earth, which replaced the old energy that once existed. In ancient Babylon, the cuneiform tablets, known as the Chronicle of Early Kings, discussed how a change in rulership, I thought this was really interesting, a change in rulership would occur during each major eclipse, which was celebrated by the people in ancient Babylon. Now, what did Spirit tell us? That we would see so many people dropping from power, and some suddenly and shockingly dropping from power. Kind of like JB. I've been saying for the longest time, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just can't see him being around. And it'll be sudden, and it'll probably be right before the elections that they'll take him out on purpose and try to put in who they want to put in or whatever, which isn't going to happen. So we're going to see that. Again, especially according to the ancient Babylonian people. Now we're going to see major rulerships shift and change. Exactly what Spirit told us. Each of these ancient civilizations understood the power of transformation during eclipses and embraced them as a time of great change. Great change. So why is it that the eclipses are viewed so negatively by culture today? Perhaps it's to hide the transformative aspects of being collectively embraced. See, that's exactly why they do that. They put all this fear and all this negative energy around the eclipse to get people into an energy of fear instead of being willing to be in that transformative power that the eclipse actually does. And if we embrace the transformative power together collectively, we change the world, friends. Remember, we're the ones that have the power. They might think they're in power controlling things, and they are, but really, in reality, we are the ones that hold the power. Call your power back. That's another, if you like this meditation, another meditation I did that was really, really powerful is Call Your Power Back. So look for that meditation. Really, really good stuff. What else did I wanted to show you something else. Speaking of eclipses, where did I upload it? I might not have uploaded it. Darn, hold on. Is it this one? Did the earthquake? Oh, did you see the eclipse tips? I thought this was kind of funny. Eclipse tips. I showed this on a Tuesday show about a month ago. Schedule appointments early. Have a communication plan with family and friends. Have cash on hand in case of limited internet access. Buy necessary groceries or gas. Expect heavy traffic along lines in local. Yeah, now that's a given, friends. It's a given. Heavy traffic and all that. You should always have cash on hand. That's not an eclipse tip. That's a survival tip, friends. Have cash on hand. Stick, if you can, a couple $100 away and hide it somewhere in your house where you're not going to need it unless it's an emergency. Even if you take it out of your savings account, put it somewhere in your house, hide it somewhere really well, and never touch it unless it's an emergency and you need it. Communication. I just bought myself a little wind-up radio, emergency radio for survival. I'm on the survival thing. I just got a great EcoFlow generator to generate electricity, and I tried it out. I ran everything in this here, my light, my computers, my Starlink satellite, and it ran it all for over a day. So that was awesome. Now when I plug my refrigerator in, it ain't going to be that awesome. Eclipse tips. We looked at so you remember also back in 2017, this was a amazing biblical event right here. Amazing. Remember I did videos on it back in that day when that happened. Where'd it go? Oh, I lost it. There it is. This right here. Remember when this happened? The whole Holy Mary, Mother of God. This all happened on day after my birthday. As soon as the equinox kicked in is when this happened. Equinox kicked in, and we had the whole prophecy of the virgin, when the virgin stands upon the moon, and I forget the exact prophecy, but that was it. That happened. And if you recall, what happened right after that? right at that same time, I mean, not after, during the same time of this alignment, we had 2 hurricanes in the Atlantic that went right beneath that alignment. One called Hurricane Jose and the other one Maria. People related that to Joseph and Mary. I know I did. I don't believe in coincidences, friends. Just like this eclipse here, with all this going across. Well, personally, I don't believe in the rapture the way that some may. Like I said, it's more of like stepping into a higher dimension. That's what it's about. I expect something huge to happen in Egypt, specifically Cairo, because they say Little Egypt, but right next to that over to the right is a town city called Cairo. Let me show you this real quick and I'll come back. There was something I was looking for. Now I can't find it. That's the eclipse right now. Now, I just went outside and looked not long ago. I expect we're in Arizona, Sedona, so we're not seeing it like others. But what I do want you to see is the second clip that I did. Check it out. The solar eclipse on April 8th is becoming a major event. Guard is being deployed and people are being advised to have food and to fill their fuel tanks. This could be explained due to the fact that tens of thousands of visitors are expected along the path of totality, but many people believe that they could be preparing for possible earthquakes due to the Devil Comet aligning with the April 8th eclipse. And due to the fact that in 1811, a comet also appeared in the skies during a solar eclipse on the same path and was followed by the biggest earthquakes in American history. Known as the New Madrid earthquakes, around 10,000 earthquakes occurred in just 3 months' time. The biggest measuring at an 8.8 magnitude. They were also the most devastating series of earthquakes in recorded history, but it was a different comet. And while some claim that a solar eclipse can trigger earthquakes, this scenario seems unlikely. This eclipse season is, however, a very rare event. The recent eclipses in August of 2017 and October of 2023, along with the upcoming eclipse on April 8th, form an Aleph and a Tav over the United States. The Aleph and Tav are the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. These eclipses mark off the end of a great year, a 26,000-year period that starts anew with the dawning of Aquarius in the new golden age. Manly P. Hall wrote that high-level Masons designed America for a peculiar and particular purpose, a secret destiny to bring about the new Atlantis, or a new world order, wherein a king to divine race were all in rituals. This king is symbolized as Apollo, Horus, or Nimrod, the father of Freemasonry, and it is thought to be the descendant of the biblical Nephilim or the Sumerian Anunnaki. According to Thomas Horn, this was 2025, which corresponds to several documents published by intelligence agencies, such as the Global Governance 2025, Global Trends 2025, and the 2025 Eagle Forecast on World Population. NASA is notorious for performing Masonic rituals based on the Egyptian mystery schools, Apollo being the same character as Horus, Sirius representing Isis, and Atlantis being the new golden age that they hope to restore. And during the eclipse on April 8th, NASA is going to fire 3 rockets named after Atep, the Egyptian serpent god, whose goal was to devour Ra and the sun. And when the sun reemerges after 3 minutes of darkness, it will be likened to the rebirth of Horus, their new king of the Golden Age. CERN, known for practicing occult rituals at a statue of Shiva, the Hindu god who represents death, destruction, and the end of an age, will be firing up their Hadron Collider to full power during the solar eclipse. And Israel, who is committing atrocities, is preparing to sacrifice a red heifer, a ritual sacrifice to prepare them for taking back the Temple Mount.
Red heifers, to be precise. Some Jews and Christians believe they're the key to rebuilding the historical in Jerusalem and to beckoning the Messiah. To understand, you have to go back nearly 2,000 years when the ancient Romans destroyed the last temple in the city. To rebuild it, these to the Bible's book of Numbers. It commands the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke. Only then can the temple rise again. Those sacred cows were showcased in Washington at a recent prayer gathering. Many evangelicals believe these red heifers will usher Christ's second coming.
And we need the Messiah to come, right? So for me, the red heifer is red for the blood of Jesus Christ.
A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned.
According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right here on the Mount of Olives, looking directly into where the temple once stood. But something else now stands in its place.
Once they forcibly take the Temple Mount away from billions of Muslims worldwide, it will predictably thrust the world into a peak of chaos that these secret societies have been designing for centuries. And their plan is to chaos with their divine king to rule over the world. But these are all just rituals in fear. Fear is an illusion. We can always choose love. Stay in love, stay in the light. I saw the sun, opened up my eyes, I saw the sun. I did, I saw it. I saw it. The sun is shining ever so brightly. I hope you enjoyed that clip that came from my Eclipse video. You know, I noticed that the Eclipse video wasn't getting the amount of stuff it should be getting. Hits. Views, that's the word I'm looking for, views. I found that interesting. I wasn't able to look at any of the comments while we were doing this live. My computer's kind of frozen for the moment. What the hell happened? Do. I don't know why I'm frozen. I don't know why I'm frozen. There we go. Am I still frozen? Well, now I learned I can't do anything on this computer. Hey, Sammy Track, thank you for your chat cash with infinite love and gratitude. Am I working here? All right, there we go. You know what? This computer has brain fart. Computer fart. So anyhow, here's a couple things I wanted to show you before we wind it up today on this magical day of the eclipse. Very powerful, magical day, to say the least. See, I gotta find it. I gotta upload this and show you. I thought I uploaded it, but I didn't. Eclipse October. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna pop this in there for you and upload it. Image. E2. Hopefully I don't freeze while I'm doing this. Remember to catch me now tomorrow. Usually on Mondays, I am working on Tuesday's show. Writing everything down, and doing all that. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, fortunately, I was here instead. Much better place to be. So, and then when I'm done, I got my own ceremony to do because it's special. Special day indeed. I gotta get my seeds planted, some of my CBD seeds, and this is what I wanted to show you. So you know, back in 2011, there was an eclipse that went across the Pacific Ocean up towards Japan, and you know what happened not long after. I think it was at the end of early 2011, maybe it was late 2010, but whatever. Regardless, there was an eclipse that crossed over the Pacific right prior to that happening. And this isn't good. Hold on, let me do this real quick. And what happened after that on March 11th, that 11 day, March 11th, 2011, was the big tsunami and earthquake that the earthquake hit right off the coast of Fukushima and brought a tsunami hitting Fukushima. So this is what I wanted to show you that I found interesting, because remember, Spirit said the Pacific Ocean was, even the Atlantic was going to flare up underneath. causing volcanoes, underwater volcano. And remember a couple years ago, I said I had a vision of this big thing shooting out of the ocean, and it happened like 2 months after I saw it in a vision. Well, Spirit says it's about to ignite like never before. And this would make sense to me seeing multiple tsunamis coming. I would say between now, within the next 6 months, especially around the point of October. But this is what I wanted to show you that I thought was interesting is this is, we have an eclipse coming in October that's crossing the one that we are having today. And look where it crosses right there in the Pacific, right at the top, almost the top tip of South America. I found that to be extremely interesting, to say the least. Should I turn this up? Will it work better? So this would make sense to a lot of past predictions and things. And about the Pacific actually flaring up. So it may not necessarily. Now that eclipse that we just had went across Mexico. And this is a warning I have to my friends in Mexico that I feel like a great shaking's coming to Mexico City. Mexico City's already suffering with a water crisis. So I could see people fleeing, and I said this in the past, but I'm seeing it again, seeing people flee Mexico City to get out of there. They probably already are because of the water crisis. I did a little piece on that sometime in the past month or two about the water crisis that's going on there. It's a very, very sad thing. And I see nothing but darkness over here on my screen. Is that totality somewhere? Wherever it is. When I went out and looked the second time, the darkness was on the other side, so it looked like it must have crossed. But we're in Arizona, and we only get like 50% or 60% or something like that. Last year, I got to see the whole thing. It was really cool. Is anybody in the chat room? Welcome, everybody in the chat room, by the way. We got Jay and Lynn and Isabel and Zoli. Elizabeth, is anybody in the path of totality and not having a cloudy day? Because you know what? It was overcast here. That's why I was having hiccups in my audio video a little while ago. It's pretty clear now, but even with the overcast, I could see. But don't look without your magical glasses. Remember, you got to have your glasses, friends. You got to have your glasses. I got a whole pack of them. I meant to send them to my friends back east and totally forgot. I feel bad about that. But I could open up a little shop and sell them. So other than that, I hope you have some good plans to get out there. Remember to write your affirmations and write down the things that you're manifesting in the future. What does the new earth look like for you? The first rule of manifesting is seeing yourself there already. Not the first rule, but one of the many top rules is knowing that you're there already. So visualizing, what's it look like for you when you are in the new earth? How's life? And then the most important part of that is, how does it feel to be there? Tap into the emotions of it. Carry those emotions with you in your heart center every day. Wake up in the morning excited like you're already living in that new earth. Or you're already in that amazing relationship. Or you're already financially free. Or whatever it is that you're manifesting. This is the time. And I know there's probably some people that jumped on late. If you jumped on late, you got to go back and check out that meditation. That was the main point of today, is to do a healing meditation that helps all of us on a personal level, a universal level for the earth, with that little special manifestation at the end of that meditation. So go back. I'll have to, once this is done, I'll go and see what the point is. The timestamp. Somebody can timestamp when the meditation is. That would be fabulous. I would greatly appreciate that. So again, about tomorrow's show, it is Mercury retrograde. So I always prepare to put out that there could be a delay. And it could end up being Wednesday instead of Tuesday, especially being I'm usually preparing that now. And I'm not. And I'm not doing it after this because it's new moon eclipse day. I got to go out and plant my garden, put my potatoes in. This is the time. I already got plants planted. I planted on the last new moon. But I've been waiting for like my CBD seeds. I've been waiting specifically for this day to do ceremony and plant all of those. I'm looking very forward to it. Let's get out there and plant your seeds, friends. Let's plant your seeds to the future. Now, if you missed my videos I've done on manifesting and the 3 tips for manifesting, and I did a meditation on that as well, But one of the things I did back east for spring equinox events when I used to do them at the hotels was to give everybody 2 sunflower seeds. And you hold those sunflower seeds in your hand, like so. This camera's weird. Not that I have seeds in my hand. You focus your intention. Thank you, Isabel Jensen, with infinite love and gratitude. What's DKK? Where's that at? Where is DKK? Is that Danish or something? I don't know. Somebody tell me, what's DKK? I don't know. So put your seeds in your hand, focus on your intention of what you're manifesting, close your eyes, and it's just the same way as programming a crystal. Take a deep breath in, focus on your intention, and blow your breath onto the seeds. You are empowering them. You are programming them. You do that 3 times, just like a crystal. 3 deep breaths, blow your intention. Plant those seeds, water those seeds, do it in some kind of a magical space if you can, and nurture them seeds until they flower. And then you can watch your dreams come into fruition and flower as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Someone said I did my sunflower seeds. I don't know where Denmark. I had that in my brain. I just couldn't get it out. It wasn't coming out. Look at that there. Eclipse peeking through, the light peeking through. That's cool. If you're wondering what that footage is from, I think that's from the NASA website, I think that's where I got it from. I think that's what I put in there. Yeah, that's what I did. The NASA website. Well, friends, I'm going to leave you with that. It's way past my lunchtime. And I got to get water, got lots and lots to do, and got to get ready for tomorrow's show. Get out there and have a magical, amazing day manifesting. Celebrate life. Celebrate you. Be kind to others as you wish others be kind to you. That's important too. And remember always to be bold, be true, be kind, be you. Why? Because you're awesome. Got to get out there, friends, and celebrate your awesomeness. And have an absolute beautiful rest of your day. Namaste and much love.